People want Skyrim, therefore I'll make the most controversial tier list I can. I'll be ranking and covering every base game armor. Nothing from Dawnguard, Dragonborn, or Anniversary Edition. If it's there day one, it's in this tier list. Remember, this is my opinion. If you go into the comments fuming because fur armor is D tier, you are welcome though to explain to me why you would put something higher or lower. I'm all for that. I love hearing you guys' opinions. But use 5 sentences or less because I'm autistic and don't like reading. One last thing, I still do have that sinus infection, so let's say it together this time. If I sound like garbage, it's because... That's right, I feel like garbage. Cool. This is an alphabetical order. I like this whole bit with, like, making stuff in the background and turning my lights on my voice. It's all gone now. You would have liked it a lot. But I did get the scene set up properly, and we're going to take this off so I can see properly. If it crashes this time, it's getting live streamed then. My presentation, or I will take it out of my liver. That is a reused joke because all my brain right now. Dragon scale. Pretty cool. I like this right here. I like the scales. I like the tacit. The boots look pretty cool. It definitely looks like you ripped the scales from a dragon and said, this makes some pretty good armor, and it does. I'm feeling pretty confident saying this gets a... It's either like a low S or a high A. So I'll move it to A with chance of moving up later on. Boom. A tier. Alright, next up we have... Oh, it's all out of order. It's all out of order. That's alright. I can find a thing. Ancient Nord armor. As you can see, it's clearly ancient because they don't know that you need to protect your legs a lot. That's where you bleed really fast. I like the horns and the helmet, but I don't really like the roundness of the helmet. I know it's a really dumb critique, but it's my personal critique. I like stuff boxy and square, and sharp and jagged, and it looks like it'll hurt you if you touch it. It's not good. It's not bad. It's like it looks all right. I'll give it a B tier. I think I'm feeling pretty confident giving a B tier with the chance of moving down. So there. You are like the whole 10 frames per second I get on Blade's armor. It looks pretty nice. Overall, I like the bottom part of the helmet here, but I do not like the top part here. You can't see my mouse. That's alright. Below the eyes, good. Above the eyes, bad for the helmet. I like the shoulder pads. Pretty fucking sweet. Gloves look nice. Very ornate. Very delicate looking. Tacit. Pretty nice. It had like a dark blue, like light purple. Like you can't really tell if it's blue or purple. I'm a big fan of it because they never really use blue or purple in the game very often besides mountain flowers and... Black Reach. And the Forgotten Veil. Overall, the armor looks pretty nice. I'll give it a solid, like, low A, high B. I'm going to give it a B with a chance to definitely move up. So, Blade's armor, B tier. Next up, we have Daedric. It's S tier. Might I argue why? Helmet? Cool. You can't see anything minus the face of black. Shoulders, really cool. I like how one side's asymmetrical from the other, making it look like bad shit has happened in this armor many times. The boots, sweet. Gauntlets, sweet. They have like long, like mean fingernails. It's cool. Big fan of the red and black combo. There's like slight chain imprints you can see around like the chest area here. Pretty cool. Overall, easy S tier. You cannot convince me it's anything lower than S tier. I mean, I literally named my cat off the armor because I loved it that much. Boom, S tier. Alright, next up we got Dwarven. Once again, an amazing set of armor. I love how it looks. It looks heavy, mean, bulky. Like if you get punched by this, it's going to hurt a lot. The helmet, I don't know why the cursor's like always just changing where it wants to be. Either way, helmet, I love the way it looks. I love the headpiece thing right there. Big fan of the face, of no emotions. The shoulder pads, huge. Love that. I like the task. I like how bulky the boots are. I just like the overall design and aesthetic of it. It looks like it's made more for work. It looks like it's made more for protection than elegance, even though they added the elegance and ornate the stuff to it anyway, which I'm big appreciation of. Overall, high A, easy A tier right there. Next up is Dragonplate. So starting off, really big fan of the horns, the helmet overall, perfect, big fan of it. Shoulder pads, fucking love the dragon spikes on the side of it. Along with that, everything here, it's overall amazing. I wish I got a picture of the back. It's like the bones lining like above like his tailbone, I guess, something like that, along right above his ass. Overall, let's put it this way: it looks like you killed a dragon and thought to yourself, his bones make some pretty sweet armor. So then you ripped out his bones, walked back to the forge, and then you said, I'm gonna make some pretty sweet armor out of this. Then you proceeded to make some pretty sweet armor out of it. You're quite literally wearing the skin, wearing the bones of your dead cousins as armor, which is awesome. I would do that if I could. That'd be a lot of cousins I have to kill, though, so I'm not going to do that. Overall, I just convinced myself that it's S tier now. S tier. Next up, we have ebony armor. Alright. Once again, it's dark. It looks very ornate. It looks more like it's made for protection first, and... Fuck, what's the word? It's like... Aesthetic? Yeah. Protection first, aesthetics second. And it shows, like, it has, like, carvings there. The helmet just looks overall pretty protective. Everything looks good. Tacit, sweet, belt. Cool. S tier. It's awesome. I love it. Guildmaster armor. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. The main part I don't like is the hood part here. Because notice how the hood is below his eyes. Therefore, and like in situations where you would need to see, here's the thing. You can't see very well when your hood is below your eyes. That's the thing we're seeing here. Because it's basically the same thing. Like, you can barely see my eyes, but we can... Yeah, so, I'm seeing from, like, here down. My view sight is pretty shitty right now. So that's why I don't like the hood very much. I think there's another set of armor. I think it's Linwe's, where the hood is the right hood, so you can, like, actually see and still be hidden. And for that alone, I mean, overall, it's black, so that actually lets you blend in easier in the shadows. Fingerless gloves, that way you can, you know, use lockpicks pretty efficiently, pickpockets rather efficiently as well. But myself, we got a buckle there, a buckle there, a buckle there, another buckle, more fucking buckles. Why are there so many fucking buckles on this? I'm gonna give it a low B, high C. I'm gonna give it a C tier with an option to move up for now. C tier. Alright, next. That's fur armor. I'm going to explain to you real quick. It's going in D. D as in dick. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. I don't like, especially the helmet. The helmet is just like, nah. Hard pass. Explain to me why it's better than D, and I'm not going to respond to it. Elven armor. Okay, so. Here's my thought process for elven armor. It looks thin and cheap. It looks like you went to Party City and you got like the cheapest night costume you could. You then went home with some aluminum foil. You spray painted the aluminum foil a gold color, and then you wrapped around the armor, make it look really cool. But the issue is, it doesn't look cool. It looks tacky, and it looks thin, like aluminum. Like you can see it especially right there. Like it's very thin. So if that hits you, it's just gonna bend in towards you. I mean, that right there looks a little thicker, but it's also clearly a different shade of the metal. Like that right there, that looks also very thin. Those are thin. That's thick right there. But I think the only thick part you have is the shoulders and a little bit of there. Whoops. It looks like Chinese armor. Respectfully, I'm gonna give it a very shitty C tier. I just don't like elven armor. That's the word. Is aesthetics first, protection second. That's what we want around here. Glass armor. Once again, it's glass. It's very. I mean, it's the helmet looks neat. I don't have a reason why I like it or don't like it. I mean, this part, the chest piece, looks the best I feel out of all of it. I'll give it B tier. I'll give it B tier, with a chance of moving down or up. All right. This is the hide armor. It's nothing special. It's boring in the most boring way possible. Like the helmet looks doinky. The straps aren't gonna protect you that well. I mean, you got one shoulder protected. There you go. Nice and working the other one. Everything's pretty exposed to everything here. There's no pants. The shoes are pretty shitty. Overall, I'm going to give it a D tier. It's not even really that hard to talk about why, I feel like. Next one, falmer armor. So you see, the helmet is the coolest looking part. But the other issue is, you can't see a fucking thing. One you can see... nothing. You don't see anything because your eyes are covered. And I guarantee you can't magically see out of these 8 eyes right here. So that's dumb. This right here, pretty dumb because you have exposed there, everything there is just over half your body is not protected. This armor is basically not even armor. I mean, if they follow like the blueprint of like the helmet, just like went down, fully protecting you like in a way like that kind of way, I'd give it higher because how shitty and crusty it looks. It's getting a D tier. Forsworn armor. Alright. This is going to be a little controversial, I feel like, but I don't care. I love the savagery of it. Like, it reminds me of the animal skull masks from Red Dead 2, like the pagan skull mask, the ram skull mask, the pork skin, or the swine skin mask, saber-tooth. I don't really like the saber-tooth, though. But just, like, wearing dead animals is fucking sweet for me, and I love it so much. I love I just love the way, like, the deer's face is stretched open in, like, a horrific kind of way. The antlers are still intact. You're wearing 6 raven skulls, and also on your shoulder you got some long ass fangs right there. You got human skulls in your torso. This is aesthetically what I love to see. It's gonna go in S tier, but this is also one of the very few pieces of armor where it's completely different for male and female variants. So females have like the headdress, the nothing protecting them anywhere. It's very revealing. That's why I make Serana wear it respectfully, of course. S tier. I don't care what you think or say. It's an easy S tier for me. I just love the way it looks. I'll probably go back and include footage of the female and other stuff as well because I'm creepy like that. Next up, Imperial light armor. Nothing really, like the only thing that sticks out is this right here, and that's because I selected this one just to make it look a little bit better. Either way, I don't really like the helmet. I like the color scheme. I mean, I like the red in the color scheme, but the rest of it's kind of just there. I don't know. I feel like a C tier. It's like, it's clearly better than the other 3. I mean, yeah, it's clearly better than the other 3 in D tier, so it's getting a decent C tier. I think it's not too bad for it. Next one should be the officer armor then. It looks better. Overall, much better. But, is it on par with Blades, Ancient, and Glass? No. Therefore, that's another C tier, unfortunately. It looks pretty good, though. I will admit, like, I like how this looks. Like, those, pretty cool. The helmet, I like that. The helmet looks really good. Everything else about, though, is kind of just, not the best. Just over, it's overall, like, very bland and boring, which isn't always bad. But in this case, it's, you're an officer. I feel like you should kind of look up to the part, which they do, compared to Imperial. Either way, C tier. A high C tier. A high C. Where's it at? Where's it at? There you are. Next up is Iron Armor. I also selected the Banded variant because it looks better anyway. And this is boring in the best way possible. Like, this is what you should be picking up for your first set of armor. It doesn't have to be, but it usually is for me, just because the helmet looks sweet. I like how protected everything just looks around here. The boots as well. It looks like they put like a lot of detail into this. It's also, you know, like the mascot's armor that you see in all the trailers as well. Like, you can see individual pieces of fur. They put a lot of work into this, and I'm all for it. It looks great. I love it. A tier. Easy A tier. There you are. I'm going to stop recording now and do a second one in case it corrupts again. So, alright, we're back. Look at that. You don't even tell I ended it right there. Next one, we have leather armor. This one's boring in the most boring way possible again. C tier. I'm already going to say it's already in C tier. Like, I am a fan of it. Like, I like the dark fur right there with, like, the darker brown around here. It looks overall, like, pretty good. Like, as far as, like, leather, like, beginner game armor goes, it's not bad. But still, I don't know. I feel like... So I'm going to give leather just another C. Now, I might go back and, like, rank them all amongst themselves within the categories. Linwe's armor, Linwe's armor. Don't know, don't care. Either way, look at that hood. He has a clear line of sight. Sure, it's blocked off a bit, but either way, it's still a clear line of sight that he can have for knowledge, for seeing stuff. The arms are cut off, which it's one of those things. Like, were the arms noisy? Was he taking the arms off to adapt to the environment? He might have been. I think I like him more in the Guild Master armor for that reason alone right there. So I might put him B tier just for that alone. Overall, the color scheme is... I feel like it should be darker because it's more like a gray color. I mean, it's clearly a gray color. It's not black, like, blending in. It's just... Overall, I like it. I like more than Guild Master, I feel like. Mostly the hood is the turning point right there for that. I'm going to give it a decent... Where's Guild Master? Like better? It's going B tier then. Linwe, B tier. Okay. Nightingale, S. Do I have to really have to explain why it's an S tier? Look at that. You have no eyes. I mean, you do have eyes. The hood, the hood issue again is it's going over, but I'm gonna overlook it this time because they made the eyes like just one bright white pixel. Looks fucking sweet. I like a cloak. The gloves, fingerless. That way you can, you know, use your fingers better for pickpocketing and lock picking. The boots are cool. Like everything about this just looks sweet. Easy S tier. I don't need to explain it. It is. Orcish armor. So, I like and I don't like at the same time. The main thing I do not like is the waist down. Like the boots look bad, the pants look bad. The gauntlets, I also really don't like the gauntlets. They look really boring compared to the rest of it as well. I do kind of like this whole like Mongolian thing right here. I hope it's Mongolian. If not, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna say it's Mongolian. Who is Mulan fighting? Oh, the Huns. It looks Hunnish right there. Are they Mongolian? I don't know. I'm fucking... So, I like the shoulders. That's pretty neat. Layers, pretty cool. I like the torso. Like, basically everything here, I like a lot. But the gauntlet... I mean, half it looks really bad. That's the bad part here. So... I'll give it a very high B. Like, it has chance to move up if there's a few more B ones added to B tier. So Orcish is going into, like, a very high B for right now. Very high B. Don't keep that in mind. It's not an A, but it's very close to an A. Like, if I can get, like, 2 more in B, I'll say that's worth an A then. I lied. No, it's stuck in B. Shrouded armor. It looks sweet. I love it. It looks like... you are going to hurt someone very, very bad. So bad that a black sacrament will be rewarded. I mean, the hood, that's pretty good. You can actually see shit. I kind of wish the males have like the cowl on it as well. That way, like, your only thing you can see is, you know, your eyes. But that's all right. I know the females can, but the males can't in the game. Which, overall, it's very simple. But it's a very, very good simple, which is why I like it so much. They look like assassins. In all fairness, they look pretty fucking sweet. But is it S tier? I think it's a hard part because I need to put aside all the Dark Brotherhood and how much I love them and just look at it how it looks. I would give it an A tier. Still, like if I forget everything about Dark Brotherhood and how much I love the quest line, I would probably still give this one a solid A tier, which is where it's gonna go. Shroud armor, A tier. Okay, Penitus Oculatus. I hope I said that right. I always forget. I kind of like it. Here's the issue, though. There's a lot of things I also don't like. Like these bracers, I hate them with a passion. These boots that you can't see, I hate them with a passion. Like half your body, like that right there being shown, I hate that with a passion. The helmet, I don't like it either. But I do love this right here. Like if he had like some like protection underneath that, I would love the task. I love the torso or like the chest piece here. It's fucking sweet. But since this is the only part that I like about it, and I don't like that, or that, I'm going to give it a high C. Like a pretty high C. I think it's pretty valid for it. Steel plate. I love it. I love it so much. It looks beautiful in every possible way. Like the helmet, it looks like it's thick. It's thicker than elven. It looks like it actually take a few hits before it start bending right there. The eyes, I love how you can't see anything there. The shoulders, pauldrons, great. Steel chest piece, great. You can tell because they made the chest piece first and then like, you know what? Let's make it look a little bit cool. Let's put some swirls in it, and then they did. The gauntlets, Cool. They have like little like things for punching hard in case you had to. It doesn't do anything, but it's pretty cool. The tacit, I love it. It serves zero purpose in this scenario, but I still love it. The everything. I like the boots. I like the pants. I love this so much. A tier. It's an A tier. If it wasn't so beginning of the game, I would put it higher. A tier. Right? No, that wouldn't go to S. I lied. That doesn't compare to Daedric armor. Steel. You see, the original steel helmet I don't like, but I put on the steel horn helmet just to help it get an extra point in there. It's also like not very much steel at all. Like you have some steel there, some right there on your head, a little bit on your boots. Like it's only like 50% steel on your body though, which makes sense. Steel's very heavy to carry, especially move around to combat in. But either way, it's much more fur than steel. I feel like sometimes. I'll give it a pretty good B tier though. I like it. I mean, the helmet. If I was using the original helmet, I'd put down to C. But because I have this one on, that helps it get bumped up to a B tier. So steel, B tier. Next up is scaled. This is boring in the most boring way possible. Like, I like this part of the helm, but I don't like the rest of this down here. So that's not going to help it. It just cross each other out. X equals X here. Okay, nothing's happening. Not really like a big... It looks like high, but they actually finished making it. The bracers, I mean, it's all just pretty boring. Like, it's not like bad boring. It's just like boring. So it's gonna get it's getting a C tier. Scaled armor, C tier. Stormcloak officer. I'm just gonna point out real quick. He's wearing a fucking bear on his head. He has a bear on his head. I don't care if it serves nothing in combat. It looks scary and I like it. So that's automatically putting in B tier. I don't care what you say. Along with the rest of it, just looking, it blends together very, very well, and I love that. Like, you have like the rest of the bear, like going over the shoulders. You have stupid neck bands that I like. You got like a jaw of something, shoulder shit. You got spikes there, the boots as well. Sigurd just being a fucking weirdo in the background. Overall, this is great. A tier. I love it. Stormcloak armor. In all fairness, though, I like it more than the Imperial armor. Because it looks a lot more like it was just quickly thrown together, but it still serves every purpose you need. Like a rebellion would have. Like, it's got some chainmail on the sides, or chainmail on the sides. You got a helmet that actually protects your head. That's a crazy thought, right? It still is just fur boots and gauntlets, but I like them. I think they look pretty nice. Like, those look like they would protect your hands from, you know, weapons. It can maybe withstand like a cut or two. It probably won't withstand very much of a stab. I mean, I like the tacit here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it more than Imperial. It's going to B tier. Last two. Thieves Guild armor. Once again, that hood. Don't like the hood it has right there, so that's going to immediately bump it down. I mean, there's still buckles in every imaginable place in this thing. More pouches, more buckles, more everything. It's just overall, it's not bad, it's not good. It's just, when I first get it, I'm like, wow, this armor's really cool, but then the armor you get later on, such as Nightingale or Shrouded armor or a lot of other things, it's like, it's not the best. I mean, when it's like your first time playing the game, you get this armor, you think, this is definitely thief armor, and it absolutely is thief armor. I don't like it more than Linwe's. I'm just going to put it on par with the Guildmaster armor then. C tier. Last one, the wolf armor. So, it looks like some work was absolutely went designing this. I don't like the helmet, but I do love how they put some fangs, like some like wolf fangs embedded into this right here, which is pretty fucking sweet. And I can't tell if this is supposed to be like a bat or a wolf, because there's like there's like some fangs. I know wolves have fangs, but they're like more back here than up here. Bats, they have their fangs more up front kind of ish, so I think I can't really tell. It doesn't matter, either way it looks pretty cool. I like that as well. I mean, overall, it looks like some pretty thick protective armor. You got wolf fur. I think it might be werewolf fur. I can't tell. Right there, the boots don't look bad either. This is all some pretty solid armor. I really like it. I don't like it as much as Stormcloak Officer or Shrouded or Iron, so it's getting a pretty decent B tier. I'll move it in there real quick. So now, re-looking over this, I'm going to see if there's any adjustments that I feel like making. Or I might readjust them in order of how I feel like they are. Yeah, that's my ranking right there. So if you want to go and flame me, go for it. If this video does well enough as in makes more than $1, I'll go ahead and do Dragonborn and Dawnguard. And then if that one does well again, I'll then rank all of Anniversary. I would do all of them together, but I think I get like an easy like 8-minute video out of the two, and mostly it's Anniversary. I think it has more than the base game has, so that'd be like a long video on its own. I think that overall covers it. Yeah, I hope it doesn't corrupt here soon, but overall I enjoy doing this. I really hope to see what you guys think about in the comments as well. I'm just looking over one more time, make sure it like makes sense to me. Yeah, that looks overall pretty good. I like it. That's my definite opinion on the armors. With feel free to persuade me as to why falmer should be B tier, but I don't think you can. But don't just sit there and say, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot because he put falmer there. Well, explain to me why it should be higher. Like, I'm all for a constructive argument. I'm not for just, he's a fucking retard. Well, sorry about that. I can't fix that. I was just born that way. Yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know how to do outros still. Oh, I'll use the same outro every time. I'm just gonna do that, yeah. Alright, see ya.